HBC. I'm sure that all of the ancestors before you who attended Lincoln University are very, very proud as they look down upon you from heaven that you have represented them well. And I must say, very, very sharp group of young men and young ladies. There's so many things I would like to talk about, but I'm going to resist some of the temptation to talk about them. But I want to ask a question. I know all of you know about the Barnes Foundation, but how many of you really understand the story and the worth of that collection, of the Barnes Foundation collection? Well, let me just say this to you. I think you need to look up that information. And since you don't really know the story, I'm going to select to tell you just a little bit of that story as it was told to me by a participant in that the Barnes Foundation. But let me first of all make some notes here, or a few comments. There are a number of you all who are talking about funeral homes. Been there, done that too. In fact, my father, I didn't get a chance to tell you my entire story. We didn't have a lot of time, but when he was in his mid-40s, did not have any money, but he had ambition from being more than a sharecropper. So therefore, he got together with another young African-American called U.S. Brown in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and who had started his funeral business in the early 1940s. In fact, the Brown Funeral Home exists today in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I visited about 2 months ago when one of my elderly cousins passed away. Well, my father in Arkansas, in Dumas, Arkansas, U.S. Brown was a young man who was ambitious. He wanted to have more than one funeral location, but he only had $1,500, and even back in the 40s, it wasn't quite enough to get a second funeral home going. So he got together with my father and his twin brother, who were in their mid-40s, and they put in what is known as sweat equity, which is exactly what it sounds like. You don't have any money, you just be willing to work hard and work for free until the money starts going. And that's how my father got into the funeral business, and on a handshake agreement, by the way, that lasted more than 40 years and passed down through the generations of my family. So that's my a short version of my funeral home story. Getting back to Lincoln University, when I was starting this institution, we started 2001 camp exposure for K-12 grade students. And it was only about 3.5 years ago that we started our HBC college program, but that was part of the original plan. And there's another phase for adults that we haven't gotten to yet. But when you're doing something that you haven't done before, always take the opportunity to seek out advice from people who have done things before. I did not know Dr. Bernard Watson from Philadelphia at the time, but I had a friend, Mr. Kenneth Hill, whom I'd known. He also lived in Philadelphia, or still does as we speak, and so does Dr. Watson, but they also have homes in Sarasota, Florida. But Mr. Kenneth Hill introduced me to Dr. Bernard Watson because this time I was telling my dream to Ken Hill and his wife Irene Hill that where I wanted camp exposure to go.